Welcome guys to another episode of United Transfer Talk. It's been a while really because of the window was in January and the season was going on, so there wasn't a lot of potential rumours. Obviously there was quite a few of obvious targets like Ronaldo, Lewandowski has been mentioned on a channel and others as well. But I just want to get back into the swing of thing in terms of just transfer videos. And in this one, I'll be talking about 3 players, 2 potentially coming in and 1 going out. So let's talk about the people that that is potentially coming in this summer. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is Marou Fellaini. Obviously, a lot of you guys would have seen him because of his he's playing for Everton right now, and he has a really bad habit of scoring a lot of against us, and he cost us this title last season in that 4-4 draw at Old Trafford, and obviously made himself a nuisance again at the beginning of August when he absolutely destroyed the team with his kind of like aerial prowess, just really dominating the whole game. And that's my kind of like all I have of the memory from that match, really, of just how good Fellaini actually, and how well De Gea play as well. But Fellaini was just as towering in that game, and because of the obvious connection with David Moyes coming into the club, there's been a lot of speculation about who or which Everton players he's gonna bring in into Old Trafford. And obviously, I have and have admiration for the job he's done at Everton, but I myself wouldn't want him to have make big overhaul changes at the club and bring in Everton players, because obviously they're not of the United DNA. Or obviously some players how can you put a DNA, but I think there is a kind of like ideology that United pass around to their players, and certain players just can't hack it at the pressure. And look at Darren Gibson, good player at United, for United, good kind of young player, but at the top level didn't cover himself in glory, but gone to Everton and done really well there. So some people doesn't have that kind of like belief in themselves to play at a very top level, but Fellaini, I think he's at an age, 25 years of age, where he's matured enough to handle the big spotlight. And obviously he himself doesn't, he has been in tremendous form this season, and his kind of like physical and unique playing style obviously would have caused a lot of teams a lot of trouble, including even a bigger teams like Chelsea and Man City. Obviously he has played really well, and he has his obvious kind of like aggression problems as well, but overall a good player, solid midfielder that I think a lot of, and it's the kind of like area problem that a lot of you guys and myself can see now and again in certain games, where we need a bit of flair and a bit of kind of like drive, more of a drive than Michael Carrick in central midfield. Michael Carrick's more of a conductor and a dictator of the midfield rather than aggressive attacking midfielder like a Fellaini, kind of like that character, or Yaya Toure equivalent. So Fellaini, the fee is taught around about say 20-25 million pounds. Overall, I think that could be, if it end up on the lower side of the 25 million pounds, I think it could be a good deal because of the age, 25 years of age. I think if we were to sign him, he would almost played a lot of games, and with the obvious connection, like I said earlier on, with David Moyes, he would know how to get the best out of him. So Fellaini, obviously, it would remove one of the biggest thorns in one of the other team's sides when he plays us. So Fellaini, I think he's a big asset if we do get him. Obviously, he plays in that kind of like attacking midfielder role this year, but he has said himself that he would prefer a deeper role where he arrives late in the box, and his height would offer us a bit more kind of like aggressiveness and aerial prowess when defending and attacking in the box. So I think it could be a good deal, but again, his aggression problems may upset some fans and may be a turn off. But again, David Moyes has managed him, and we will know his qualities and strengths. And I think if I were going to give this one out a score, I think I will be putting it as a 7 out of 10 right now. So what do you guys think of Marou Fellaini? Leave your comment below, guys. The next player I'm going to be talking about is a player that I've talked about last summer as well because of his excellent displays for Barcelona, and it's Thiago Alcantara. I talked about him, I think maybe last year, maybe even earlier, because of his excellent showing in the Under-21 tournament, where just before we signed De Gea from Atletico Madrid, Thiago was arguably the player of the tournament. Just flair, his attacking ability, his passing ability, really uncanny kind of like resemblance of kind of like almost a mixture between Xavi and Iniesta. A bit more flair than Xavi, but also their passing ability of Xavi. So seemed a great kind of like prospect. He still is only 22 years of age, and his Barca career's gone a bit stale really because of he hasn't been given enough game time by Tito Villanova, and so his progress has stalled. We tried to sign him, I think, at the same time as we signed De Gea and also last summer, but he said that he was committed to Barca and had recently signed a new contract, so the release clause was extraordinary really. I think it was 77 million euros was the quote release clause, but because he hasn't played enough games to justify that, they have lowered the release clause to around 50 million pounds. A lot of Spanish pundits saying that this would be a good move for Thiago and United, obviously because of the retiring Paul's goals. We need another midfielder with a lot more flair than perhaps Michael Carrick does, and Thiago does offer that in buckets. So 20 years of age, I think the fee, if we were going to get him, probably around 15 to perhaps 18 million pounds. Like I said, the age is very good. He has a few years yet before he reaches his peak, and yeah, it does have all the signs that this deal is possible. And because of the supposed problem area of United team, I think David Moyes will be very interested in this development of this story. And Thiago, I think he's managed by his father. I'm not really sure. I think his agent is his father as well. So I'm not 100% sure on how that's developing, but I think this deal is a high possibility. So I would put this one in also a 7 out of 10, like the Fellaini deal. It looks more likely than not that it will happen, but it depends on how Barca kind of like view him and how they might use him next season. But again, 7 out of 10. What do you guys think and make of Thiago Alcantara? So the last story of the day, I'm going to be talking about Chicharito as one of the potential outgoing players this summer. And one of the problem areas, I guess, for us is, and it's a good problem, is the attacking or striking department, where we have four fantastic players, Rooney, Welbeck, Van Persie and Chicharito. Chicharito, funnily enough, got Salek's final goal in his management career, his 50th for United in over 3 seasons, so that's a very good return for the amount of games he starts and he plays in. So again, that highlights everything you need to know about Hernandez. He's a goal scorer and goal poacher, and it's very difficult to find a direct replacement for his type of player because we all know about his finishing ability. It's just his all-round game. There were some questions about how he would do if he were going to start every single week, but I thought against West Brom in Salek's final game, his overall fantastic play, desire, enthusiasm was absolutely infectious. The way he charged around, bringing the ball back, some of his touches was really, really good. It was outstanding, and remember, he's only 24 years of age, so he still hasn't reached his peak. And we always see in the kind of like the unroughing kind of like process of the diamond, of the definite potential diamond, I would say. His cross for Shinji Kagawa was really good, able to pick that cross, and some of his one-touch plays were cleverly, and Butner for the goal was really great as well. So Chicharito, I would be really, really, not, I wouldn't say sad's the word, but regretful would be a more appropriate word there, because he's obviously a player of great talent, you can see with his proven goal record score, proven goal scoring records. The club in question this time is Juventus, and obviously they have a striking kind of like shortage right now. I think they've already got Llorente from Bilbao, but they obviously want to add another world-class player to their ranks to, you know, challenge both domestically and also in Champions League. But again, what is the point of selling one of our greatest assets to a potential rival in the Champions League? And I see this would be a negative. Obviously, Chicharito probably would want to start more games here at United, but you know, Selex has commented on, you know, in the past how he never complains and he's the ultimate professional, and I would think David Moyes will be looking to keep Chicharito. So, you know, even though Juventus are looking for a striker and probably would offer at least £20 million for Chicharito, I can only see this transfer as, you know, a kind of like 3 out of 10, unless, you know, Juventus offered, say, Claudio Marchisio as part of the, you know, player plus cash deal, then that could be a potential kind of like area that David Moyes may kind of like be tempted in looking into. But I'm sure he would discuss this with Sir Alex, because he's worked with Chicharito in the past 3 years. So that gets kind of an interesting twist on the plot if that, you know, Marchisio kind of like option does arises. But I think without just the money itself, I think David Moyes would rather keep Chicharito and, you know, have 4 fantastic strikers for next season and, you know, challenge on all fronts again. So what do you guys make of that potential deal on Chicharito, and would you guys perhaps, you know, sell him and sell Rooney and get Lewandowski in, and then, you know, get another player in? So that is a interesting paradox that we have to answer as ourselves, as, you know, United supporters. Hopefully there'll be some development of other transfer news and stuff like that. I'll keep you guys updated, obviously, on the channel. The fastest way you can reach to me is at ManUnitedDaily on Twitter, or you can email me as well at manuniteddaily@gmail.com. And lastly, you can also check out the newly redesigned website, manuniteddaily.com. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment below on any of the stories I talked about today. So again, thanks for that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.